All right. So ever feel like, everyone's kind of like nudging you toward college?
Hmm.
Like it's the only way to succeed in life.
Yeah, the default, right.
No matter what, got to get that degree.
Right.
Well, we're diving into a book that totally flips that idea on its head. It's called Drop Out and Get Schooled. Subtitle, The Case for Thinking Twice About College.
Ooh,
Yeah,
catchy.
yeah. So get ready, because we're going to be looking at some pretty awesome alternative paths to, reaching those dreams, achieving your goals.
Bet it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll uncover a path that's like way better for you specifically than, the traditional 4 years at university.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting how deeply ingrained this whole like college assumption is, right? Like you're supposed to go to college.
Yeah, like it's just automatic.
Right. And this book really it challenges you to step back and think like, is a 4-year degree really the only day key
Yeah.
to a good life? Like are there other ways?
Are there other ways to be happy and successful?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I found so refreshing about this book. It wasn't like anti-college,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like opening a door. And being like, whoa, look at all these other possibilities,
Right.
Like I talked about trade schools,
Yeah.
apprenticeships,
Mm-hmm.
starting your own business, even just like self-directed learning, like
Mm-hmm.
becoming an autodidact.
Right, right.
Which like, I don't know, imagine like skipping those like massive student loans and diving straight into a career that you're like pumped about.
Right. I mean, that brings us to a super practical side of this, which is the book talks about return on investment.
ROI.
ROI, exactly.
Yeah.
So think of it like this, right? Like let's say you're super passionate about baking,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a 4-year culinary degree going to be like the smartest way to like invest your time and money? Or, could you maybe get a quicker return by doing like a shorter, more intensive, maybe like a 2-year program or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then spend a couple years actually in a bakery getting that real world experience?
Right. And you're like already making money. You're not just like in debt and
That's
studying.
exact-
You're actually like doing the thing.
Yeah, you're building your skills, you're building your network.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point.
And I think like tying into that, the book it really hammered home this point about self-awareness,
Yes.
which is like, what are your unique talents?
Yeah.
What are the things that you are naturally drawn to that you're like excited to learn about?
What like lights you up?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And maybe college is the perfect place to like nurture those things, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe your passions would thrive in a totally different kind of environment.
Yeah. Like I think about people I know who are just like amazing coders.
Uh-huh.
And like I feel like for them, like building their own apps and contributing to open source projects, like I think they probably learned way more from that
Oh,
than they would just sitting in a lecture hall.
absolutely. I mean, it's about finding that environment that's going to work for you.
Right. So it's not about saying that college is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's about like figuring out if it's the right fit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, college, I went to college. It teaches you a lot of really valuable skills.
Like what? Like what kind of things?
Like discipline, time management, critical thinking,
Mm-hmm.
how to like research, how to write. Like these are all like important life skills.
Yeah.
But the key question, I think, is, do you already have those skills?
Hmm.
Like, are you coming in, maybe you've worked a job, you've had some life experience where you've had to like manage your time and be responsible. Or, are there other ways that you could be developing those skills that would be like more effective for you?
More tailored to you.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that I remember the book like really challenging my assumptions about was like networking.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I always had this idea in my head that like college was the place to like build your network.
Yeah. I think that's a really common assumption.
Right. Like it's where you meet people, you're in classes with people, you're in like clubs.
Right, and you're surrounded by like professors who are experts in their field.
Right, exactly. But then the book was like, wait a minute, there's all these other ways to connect with people,
Mm-hmm.
like industry events,
Mm-hmm.
online communities,
Yeah.
professional organizations. Like it's really like a whole world out there.
Yeah. I love that the book kind of expands the the possibilities, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not just about this one, like should you go to college or not. It goes deeper. And it talks about like the importance of being a lifelong learner. Like
Yes.
no matter what path you choose, college might give you a foundation,
Yeah.
but to really like thrive in the world, you need to constantly be learning, adapting.
Keeping up.
Yeah, keeping up. Exactly.
Yeah, it's so true. It's like your education is kind of like a smartphone, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got to keep updating it with new apps and features to like stay relevant, you know?
Right. It's not a one and done thing.
Yeah. And thankfully we have so many more resources now, like online courses and workshops and mentorships, even just like diving into new experiences.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean there's so much out there.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings us to like this crucial question for you, the listener, right?
Yeah.
Like what's one thing you can do this week
This week, yeah.
to like explore some of these alternative paths?
Yeah, to take action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you research like trade schools in your area?
Yeah.
Could you attend, like even if it's virtual, like an industry event,
Mm-hmm.
could you start that like passion project that you've been like putting off for months?
Yeah.
The key is to like take action, not just like passively listen.
Yeah, yeah. Do something.
Yeah.
So I guess to like wrap this all up, the big takeaway is like college isn't the only path
Right.
to success and fulfillment.
Exactly.
There's this whole world of possibilities out there.
Mhm.
And what really matters is finding that path that aligns with like your goals,
Yeah.
your talents,
Your learning style.
your learning style, like what works for you, you know?
Exactly. And who knows, maybe by like stepping off that well-worn path,
Mm-hmm.
you'll discover something even more amazing.
Yeah.
Something that truly like lights you up.
Totally. Something that like sets your soul on fire.
Exactly.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll catch you next time.
See you later.